Number 10. The Facebook Live. A video has recently resurfaced of Justin and Hailey on Facebook Live in May of 2020. In the clip, Hailey admitted to the constant comparisons that she gets to Selena Gomez, and she says they're overwhelming. Quote, "The ways that I feel like people have made comparisons and just put me in a position where they've really made me feel like less of a woman. It's not easy." But while she's pouring her heart out on camera, Justin is not exactly being supportive. The whole time she's talking, he keeps a poker face and gazes blankly off camera. Now that people are rewatching the video almost 3 years later, they're pretty shocked by his lack of response. In fact, his facial expression is so vacant that some people joked that he looks like a cardboard cutout or a green screen projection. Fans felt that his body language was a major red flag for their relationship. Someone in the comments suggested that Justin was being hypnotized to sit there. Most people could agree that he genuinely looked like he would rather be anywhere else. So was this clip an indicator that their relationship is not that great behind the scenes, or is everyone just reading too much into it? Number 9. Justin screaming at Hailey. In July of 2021, the couple were in Las Vegas to celebrate Kendall Jenner's new tequila brand, 818 Tequila. After the night, a TikTok user posted a video of Justin and Hailey leaving the club, with fans and bodyguards around them. In the video, they could be seen holding hands, but as they were walking down the halls of the hotel, Justin very clearly looked like he was yelling at her. The clip went viral on TikTok with more than 1.2 million views, and it drew concern from fans everywhere. From that point on, the comment section was filled with theories about why he was screaming at her, and many people put it down to a sign of toxicity in their relationship. After all, who yells at their partner like that? Before it was deleted, fans seemed to turn on Justin for the way he was treating Hailey. Although some came to his defense and claimed that he wasn't actually yelling at her out of anger, but maybe out of excitement. Sadly though, that was far from the only video that came out about them showing him losing control of his temper. Number 8. Running away from Hailey. In September of 2021, there was a shocking video posted on Twitter, which showed Justin running away from paparazzi and fully leaving Hailey while she falls on the ground. In the clip, he gets out of the car with his skateboard and just takes off without saying anything. At first, it looks like he's alone just doing his own thing, but 1 second later, Hailey literally falls out of the car and looks flustered, especially at the fact that she got left behind. To make things so much worse, this all happened on a busy street, so plenty of people watched it. She then sprints after him, obviously trying to catch up, but Justin is already out of sight. The whole thing must have been incredibly humiliating for her, and that's exactly what the comments said. Someone wrote, "I know this keeps her awake at night, and that's why you shouldn't chase men." However, fans were also very sympathetic to her situation, considering that a lot of people could relate to having a partner that just doesn't care for you. One user wrote, "As much as we may not like her, no female deserves to be treated like this by their husband. She deserves better regardless." Justin says, "Don't touch me." Obviously, every relationship is different and every couple has different boundaries with each other, but fans were still pretty shocked to see a video of Hailey making Justin physically uncomfortable with her touch. In the video, they are doing a live stream of some kind. He's sitting down casually while she's standing behind him with her arms crossed. She then tries to be affectionate and put her arms around him, which he instantly reacts to. Justin becomes visibly annoyed and says, "Babe, I can't. Don't touch me right now." At first, Hailey cannot tell if he's being serious and she just keeps her arms there. He then says, "Just in general, that just happens sometimes. I just need some space." To be fair, he's trying to be nice about it and communicate with her honestly. But in terms of his body language, you can tell that he's not really loving the way he's being touched. A lot of people called out Hailey for disrespecting his boundaries and making him stressed. But of course, there were also those fans who felt that this was just a sign that he straight up doesn't like her anymore, because he keeps getting annoyed with every little thing that she does. Hailey was a stalker. Recently, there's been evidence posted that proves the model was a hardcore Justin Bieber fan for years before they got together. In fact, she would often tweet about his relationship with Selena and how much he shipped them as a couple. In a deleted tweet from 2011, she wrote, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Of course, that must have been pretty embarrassing for her, but to be fair, she was only around 14 or 15 when she posted that. Soon after that, a damning video appeared online from 2012 that shows Hailey lurking in the background while Justin met with fans. She was in a crowd trying to get close to him. This was obviously long before she was a part of his inner circle. They were first introduced in 2009, so at the time of the video they would have met before, but judging by that footage, Justin still treated her like just another fan. One of the most liked comments under that video says, "She was the groupie with the most financial resources to keep stalking, and eventually came out on top. Money does by love indeed. The Apple Music interview. In the midst of the drama, fans have continually brought up an interview of Justin talking about the downsides of his relationship. Apparently he struggled after realizing that his marriage to Hailey wouldn't instantly make him a better person. He said, "It's a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to fix all of my problems and it didn't." He went on to say that he felt like a hypocrite because he wanted Hailey to do something that he wasn't doing for himself. Although Justin was obviously speaking from the heart here, many fans were mocking the video by saying that he only feels that way because he's with the wrong person. Shortly after they tied the knot, Hailey and Justin did an interview with Vogue, where they talked about going to a marriage counselor. Hailey said, "The thing is, marriage is very hard. That is a sentence that you should lead with. It's really effing hard," which is something that they could both agree on. Now that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get divorced, but some would say it's not a good sign. Slams the door on Hailey. In 2020, Justin got a ton of flack from fans in a paparazzi video that went viral. Despite claims that he is a gentleman, his behavior around his wife has been far from chivalrous, and that only refers to what's actually been caught on camera. In a shocking clip, the singer pulled up in a black chauffeured SUV. As he got out of the car, he looked visually annoyed, as if he just had some kind of meltdown. Without looking back, he carelessly slams the door in Hailey's face. She tragically follows him without any pushback and even tries to point him in the right direction. The only thing she said was, "Babe, I think this is the right way." Of course, a lot of people were sickened by the whole video because it really looked like a textbook toxic relationship. Seeing Hailey be automatically apologetic after Justin clearly embarrassed her in front of everyone was triggering for a lot of viewers. One person wrote, "She needs to wake up. If a man treats you like that, he doesn't love you." Another person commented, "Ugh, if I was Hailey, I would get a divorce and move out of the country." So it seems like people were encouraging her to break up. The argument on Live. In a Facebook Live, Justin and Hailey can be seen sitting on a couch answering questions about his Lyme disease diagnosis. They get asked whether or not he's scared about the diagnosis, and even though the question was clearly directed at Justin, Hailey decides to answer instead. Midway through her response, he then cuts her off and says, "She was asking me." What follows is a long silence, which eventually breaks into an awkward laugh. He then says, "They're asking me because it's my Lyme disease, it's not your Lyme disease." In response, Hailey says that she's the one who's been going to all his doctor's appointments with him, but Justin cuts her off again and says, "Listen here, woman," which obviously was the worst thing he could have possibly said. After that, they decide to end the live stream, but not before Hailey made a sarcastic comment about his attitude. At this point, it's pretty obvious there is a lot of tension between the two of them, which might have been exacerbated by Justin's health condition. At the time, he also had a serious case of mono, which he says was affecting his skin, brain function, and energy. The arranged marriage. In 2020, Justin sat down with Demi Lovato on the Ellen DeGeneres show and talked about how she met his wife. He said, "I think because she was raised Christian and they found out that, I think it was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure." Looking back now, it was definitely an arranged marriage. They set this whole thing up. He explains that since Hailey was raised Christian, her dad Stephen Baldwin decided to introduce them because he thought that they would have similar values and believe the same thing. Justin said, "It was definitely an arranged marriage now that I'm thinking about it. Goodness gracious." Even though Demi Lovato laughed off the idea, Justin just kept on repeating how he thought it was an arranged marriage. Of course, he was clearly joking, but a lot of fans have taken this interview as proof and just run with it. In fact, there's been a ton of videos posted where people tried to use this to explain how their marriage was a setup, and Justin was tricked. Their first meeting was all the way back in 2009, and it was actually captured on film. So everyone can judge for themselves whether or not they think it was arranged. Number 1, allegations of cheating. Justin got together with Hailey very quickly after he ended things with Selena in June of 2018. So ever since then, cheating rumors have followed the couple. For her part, Hailey has adamantly denied this was the case, and she said that Selena and Justin weren't as serious as everyone thought when they got back together in 2018. She said, "As a woman, I would never want to get into a relationship with someone and be engaged to them and be getting married to them and be thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder if that door was really closed. I know for a fact that the reason we were able to get back together was because it was very much completely closed." But Selena recently commented on a TikTok in a way that suggests that was not the whole truth. One of her fans posted a video saying, "Does anyone just feel really bad for Selena Gomez? Like, can you imagine going through a breakup so publicly with a guy that you were in love with for like 7 years and then like 2 months later he just marries someone?" In response, she wrote, "That made me cry, thank you." So even though Hailey swears that there was no overlap whatsoever, the timeline has always been pretty shady. And number
number 10 is the Polly Pocket and Jimmy Buffett look. Back in August of 2018, the couple stepped out into the Manhattan streets with Hailey wearing a Barbie-esque denim green monochromatic two-piece set, something a groovy girl would wear. She paired the look with a slicked back bun, gold hoop earrings, and sleek white tennis shoes. The girl looked put together, and even more so beside her then fiance Justin Bieber, who was given true Canadian iconography, being that of a trailer park boy. With his Hawaiian shirt and ripped jean shorts, or more so capris, he paired a shaggy blonde bob, a puka shell necklace, and Adidas shower shoes or slides, and he looked like he was hungover on his way to dining hall brunch to debrief with his boys. According to Elle magazine though, that Hawaiian button-up was actually a $1,600 silk women's shirt designed by Gucci. I'm glad he decided to get a little fancy. Looking like a dad who's been in his garage for 4 hours has never been more expensive. Even though the cleanliness level of the couple may be contrasting, looking at them side by side, they look pretty coordinated. They look like the Party City version of the hottest girl you've ever seen and her some guy boyfriend. Like it's almost too calculated. Coming in at number 9 is the Krispy Kreme Road Beauty collab promo. The most recent instance of the couple looking brazenly clashed was yesterday when they both stepped out to celebrate and promote the launch of Hailey's new road products at Krispy Kreme. Unlike the last point, I can't even argue that the couple looked at all calculated. People often joke about how the couple looks like they're never going to the same event, but in this case, Hailey looked like she was ready for the Met Gala and Justin looked like he's not even well dressed enough for an airplane. Honestly, they would look out of place passing each other on the street. On Twitter, a user wrote, "It's like their stylists don't even have each other's numbers." Paparazzi pictures captured Hailey donning a gorgeous red mini dress and strappy heels paired with some super cute strawberry earrings and a chic slick back updo. Justin, coming in just paces behind her, looks like someone security should intervene for getting too close to Baldwin. He was sporting a gray hoodie that allowed some chest hair to peek through, and you know, at least he thought about what he put on because his gym shorts were also gray. At least the outfit matched. He also had white gym socks and a pair of yellow Crocs with a few gibbets, but Twitter users were quick to point out that the shoes or sandals or slippers weren't even in sport mode, so he's made a bit of a slipping hazard for himself. Atop his head sat a pink hat, so the whole ensemble just sort of looked like a gender flux flag. I really hope the editors put a picture of the flag in so you guys can catch my whole drift. Not gender fluid, gender flux. It's different. A lot of people often come to the defense of Hailey, saying she puts a whole lot more effort into her outfits. However, in this situation, people have been on Justin's side. One Twitter user writing, "Yeah, this is what I would wear to Krispy Kreme." At number 8 is when Justin sorta looked like a toddler Hailey was babysitting. Back in February of 2020, the newlyweds were seen out and about in New York City, Hailey coming at us looking like every girl that attended a queer cinemas lecture at Queen's University, hitting us with a leather trench coat reminiscent of The Matrix, some baggy light wash jeans, her staple clean white tennis sneakers, a black baseball cap, and some neon green statement sunglasses. She looked super put together in an OCAD off-duty sort of way. She's not even trying, but if someone wants to take a picture of her outfit while she's on the subway to post to their Outfits of New York Instagram, she'd be elated. However, Justin looks like a little boy ready for a snow day, in his hot pink sweatsuit from his clothing line Drew House, with a satin purple Lakers jacket on top. The sweatpants just bunch around his ankles in such a way that make him resemble a comfy 4-year-old. The sweatshirt Justin's wearing retails for $155, so yeah, just so everyone knows, Justin can dress however he wants because he is filthy rich. At number 7 is Justin's Safari Tour Guide award show garb. For the Justin Bieber Our World event at the edge of Hudson Yards in September of 2021, Justin chose to celebrate his accomplishments in the most comfortable looking fit I've ever seen. I just know anyone could seem like a good dancer while wearing this ensemble. A turtleneck baggy sweater alongside some Old Navy light blue pants, or at least they look like they're from there. Honestly, they're just steps away from being Dr. Scrubs. He also wore a huge silver chain reminiscent of a bulldog collar and a safari hat that almost gives us the impression that he threw it on immediately before leaving the house. I feel like that's not a piece you can style the night before. That's walking, talking spontaneity. Anyways, Justin looks like he'd be the warmest tour guide in the African lion safari, and Hailey, I guess, dressed the part of a snake he was exhibiting in a tight mini red snakeskin dress designed by Alessandra Rich. At number 6 is when the pair decided to go to dinner in whatever they were comfortable in. In October of 2020, the Biebers were seen out for dinner in NoHo, and Justin was seen once again in a Drew House sweatshirt, a different one from the last point. This time the suit was a muted pink, maybe mauve. Has anyone told Justin that his outfits look perfect for dancing in? He paired his two-piece with his bulldog chain, a green beanie at the very top of his head, and a Drew House face mask. Hailey, on the other hand, was decked head to toe in Saint Laurent, a sheer turtleneck underneath her camel-colored leather trench coat that goes for a cool $8,500 with almost $900 plum latex leggings and a huge belt that she was wearing needlessly. Latex leggings are not getting off of your body no matter how much you want them to. Sure, the colors of the duo's fits may sort of match, but Hailey looks like she's about to work an email job I don't understand, and Justin looks like he's about to go play pickup basketball. At her halfway point is the Road Tequila outing. Last August, a Baldwin Bieber family friend, Kendall Jenner, invited the couple to the launch party for her brand's 818 Tequila's newest liquor. The event had the model stepping out in an all-black ensemble which consisted of a blazer that was a cutout on the sides and a mini skirt. She paired the piece with sheer thigh-high stockings, a pair of chunky leather loafers, gold hoop earrings, black sunglasses, and a sleek slicked-back low bun. Safe to say, Hailey looked incredibly prim and proper. On the other hand, Justin opted to go for a 14-year-old boy helping his dad out on the construction yard with a pimple patch to complete the look. He donned a gray hoodie from his streetwear brand and a pair of light-washed baggy jeans that had a frill at the hemline, and sort of looked like he had just rolled down a hill before coming to the Jenners' event. But you know what? The Jenners are probably like family to Bieber, so he's most likely just gonna sip a Pabst on the couch, in which case this outfit makes a ton of sense. It wasn't just Hailey that Justin was juxtaposing. In fact, unsurprisingly, the Kardashian-Jenner family decided to dress up a bit to celebrate the tequila as well, with Kim Kardashian wearing a gray halter one-piece bodysuit, pairing it with a Balenciaga bag, and Khloe Kardashian also attending with a green Hermes bag. At number 4 is the couple dressing for different seasons. Hailey and Justin are known for dressing like they woke up in different climates all the time. One blaring example happened back in August of 2018 when they were taking a walk around the streets of Midtown Manhattan, where Hailey was very much so aware of what is appropriate to wear in the middle of summer, with a little delicate floral sundress and some nice simple gold jewelry and white sneakers, a classic New York City summer look. But Bieber, he was rocking what he's always rocking, a sweatsuit. This time really looking like a tween in gym class, with an orange hoodie, orange trimmed navy sweatpants that looked like he could tear him away at any minute, and don't you know, he might even be wearing Toms, you know, those mom shoes from the early 2010s? Just kidding, they're probably Vans. But I saw someone wearing Toms the other day and I was like, where do you even buy those anymore? I thought they were only for moms in 2011. Coming in at number 3 is the premiere show contrast, probably the most tame contrast on this list, that just shows us that Justin can be comfy while pulling it together simultaneously. But this was one of the duo's first red carpet appearances together, so maybe he was still a little nervous. For the 2020 January premiere Justin Bieber Seasons, Hailey wore a dress with a sheer Zuhair Murad dress that featured a keyhole cutout in black sequins, but it just looks like something one may purchase at the store Dynamite. It's nothing incredibly impressive, but hey, neither was Justin in his pale pink slacks and white long sleeve shirt. I'm worried about spilling my beverage just looking at him. Our runner-up is their seriously opposite Step Out. The aforementioned Matrix trench coat made a comeback for Hailey, but her second outing in the duster was even more Trinity from the Matrix than her first, with her addition of leather pants and a black turtleneck to the ensemble. Would be fair to say she was warm, but a perfect look for a February afternoon in Manhattan. Justin dressed in a way that seems deliberately contradictory, with some pink plaid pajama pants worn in slides and gym socks, and a gray tank top that's missing a stain, and a tan jacket that looks like it's made out of manila envelope material. The two side by side look as if the Wachowski sisters collaborated with a boutique burger bar. Justin posted a paparazzi photo of their incongruous looks on his Instagram and captioned it, "Be unapologetically yourself." At our number 1 spot is the SNL appearances. Later that night, after the subsequent point and Justin's Saturday Night Live appearance, the duo made their way to dinner at the fancy New York City restaurant STK. They both had a quick outfit change, Hailey switching out the black trench coat for a mint green one, and Justin, however, held on to his PJ pants but switched his socks for some smiley face ones and his shower slides for some invisible shoes, and added a sweatshirt and a beanie. This outfit looks like Justin got dressed in the dark, and it's super jarring against Hailey's Yorkdale Mall mom ensemble. After looking at these fits, I kind of am on a different page than what I was at the beginning of writing the script. I think these two are doing something with these looks, some sort of yin and yang situation. There's a balance to them. Honestly, Hailey and Justin balance each other out. They may look different, but something about it all just makes sense.
Number 10, rebound. Over the years, some Justin and Selena fans have believed that Hailey has actually been a rebound this whole time. Considering the two got engaged just months after the official split from Selena, it's pretty weird timing, with some even believing there could have been overlap between the relationships. In March of 2018, a source came forward and said they weren't getting along and decided decided to take a break. It doesn't seem like a big deal and they'll probably be fine again soon. Did Justin take this break a little more seriously than Selena, considering by June of the same year he was back with Hailey? A source close to Justin claims that he continued to tell Selena "I love you" right up until the day he got married, maybe hoping for another chance with his ex. Fans were taking to their social media to explain their theories of what they think is going on between the couple. After Hailey posted a photo for Justin's 29th birthday, saying words couldn't possibly sum up all that you embody. One user commented, "He looks like he's being held hostage. Sometimes divorce is the best solution and she's definitely a rebound." When Selena and Justin were in their on again off again phase, fan theories came out that Hailey was being used just to make Selena jealous during the off phase of the relationship. In December 2017, a source close to Justin told TMZ that while getting back with Selena, he reached out to Hailey to apologize for mistreating her in the past, saying this contact was purely in the spirit of living more openly and honestly within the church. But according to the source, this caused Selena to freak out, most likely making this quick marriage to the model that much more painful. Number 9. The narcotic problems. Justin Bieber's illegal narcotic problem really did take its toll on the marriage. Justin had a bit of a reputation for interesting behavior and having pretty serious narcotic problems in the past few years, even going on to reveal how his security guards would be forced to check his pulse at night to make sure he was okay. He opened up to GQ in an interview and said, "It was like I had all the success and it was like I'm sad and I'm still in pain and I have all these unresolved issues." Going on to say, "So for me it was a numbing agent to just continue to get through." He also went on to explain his struggles with his mental health as well. He said, "I was also navigating a lot of emotional terrain, which had a lot to do with it." Though he did admit that his marriage was a positive force during this, but he agreed it was not as easy as others have made it seem. He shared, "The first year of marriage was really tough because there was a lot going back to the trauma stuff. But this whole ordeal was definitely tough on his new wife, who ended up turning to her mom when she was at her breaking point." During an episode of In the Good Faith, the podcast, Hailey revealed how it was her mom who persuaded her to stay with Justin. She shared at the time saying, "I remember I called her a few different times. One particular time when we were in Brooklyn and I was calling her, I was crying and I was like, I can't do it. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this, if it's going to be like this forever." She went on to say when discussing her mom's response, she was so calm and she was like, "It's going to pass and you're going to be fine. He's going to be healthy." Though she did end up staying with Justin and luckily has reportedly been getting better and overcoming some of his mental health issues, it has left some questioning though if the toll it took on Hailey was just a little too much for the long term. Number 8. The Selena tattoos. This is a pretty crazy one. Personally, I'd find it pretty tough if my significant other had his ex's tattoos face on their arm, and I can only imagine that Hailey thinks about it quite a bit. During his relationship with Selena, Justin decided to really go for it and get a tattoo of her face on his arm, which was inspired by a photo shoot she did. He even went on further with it and added wings, making Selena look like an angel. Many fans figured that after he married Hailey, he would get this covered up or just the whole thing removed, but it just didn't seem to happen. When asked about his tattoos, he revealed he doesn't regret any of them, saying, "Over 100 hours of hard work on my body and I wouldn't take back a single one. I absolutely love art and I've made my body a canvas and it's so much fun." While he claims he doesn't regret a single one, he has admitted to trying to conceal the Selena tattoo with some shading, but to many fans it appears to look the exact same. Not only that, but with the ongoing drama between his wife and his ex, you would think that he'd be a little bit more careful about this tribute to Selena. Bieber fans began speculating about Justin's motives after he posted photos from his birthday on Instagram. He shared photos on his Instagram wearing a gray sweater with one sleeve rolled up, showing off the Selena angel tattoo. Some other fans also believe that aside from this tattoo on his arm, the singer also has one on his neck, which could also be dedicated to Selena. The tattoo is of a rose, which many claim to see a faint S in. Roses are also supposedly Selena's favorite flower. Definitely a little strange considering he's been married now for 4 years. Number 7. Selena obsessed. From matching tattoos, matching outfits, and matching interviews, it's clear to fans that Hailey is definitely a little too obsessed with Selena. This is definitely bizarre considering this is her husband's ex, and it leaves many to wonder, what does Justin think about this? The main one that really threw fans overboard was the pretty similar cooking shows. Selena Gomez has a show on HBO Max acts called Selena and Chef since 2020. Hailey's also recently come out with a cooking show of her own as part of a YouTube series called What's in My Kitchen. Viewers almost immediately started noticing the similarities between these two shows. One user showed some clips of shows and the similarities between them on TikTok, with the side-by-side clips showing how both stars have invited their grandma onto the show to make their favorite dishes. Many fans believe this is no coincidence at all, and Hailey is just trying to be exactly like Selena, even down to the cooking show. A Twitter user posted, "Hailey really needs to stop copying Selena and should focus on herself." But oddly enough, it gets even more incriminating. Hailey might also be copying what Selena says. In the premiere episode of Selena and Chef, Selena emphasizes how the show is not being filmed on a set, and that this is her actual home and her actual kitchen. Some other TikTok users pointed out how Hailey may even be stealing her expressions. In one episode of the show, Selena showed viewers her okie dokie jar, explaining how she has to pay every time she uses this phrase. She said in the episode, "We have an okie dokie jar. They said that word is over, so every time I use it I have to put $1 in there." So you can tell I've said it quite a few times. Oddly enough, Hailey has also started using this expression too well on her cooking show. This left fans to believe this is just another case of copying. Some TikTok users have even begun commenting okie dokie on all of Hailey's social media platforms. Number 6. Talking to his ex. Were Justin and Selena in contact more recently than we originally thought? No one wants their partner to be talking to their ex, and it just looks like it might be another red flag in their relationship. Allegedly, during lockdown in 2020, Justin decided to reach out to Selena. Sources said at the time Selena had completely moved on, but Justin was still holding on, wanting to be friends. A source told The Sun, "Selena has kept her distance from Justin, but he recently started contacting her again. He doesn't believe he should be cut off from those people he was closest to in his life, and doesn't believe that talking is cheating." The source went on to add, "He loves Hailey dearly, but does complain about her sometimes, and Selena says it's sad. He feels that she's just a little too obsessed with religion sometimes. Basically feels that she is too far gone." The insider revealed that even though Justin is religious himself, he reportedly believes Hailey needs to take a step back from it all. The same source told the media, "Selena understands Justin never stopped loving her and also realizes lockdown has been tough, and she isn't surprised that he's been calling." Fans of the two are convinced that Justin has been continually keeping tabs on his ex, especially when Selena's cooking show was seen on Justin's browsing list on his TV in the background of an Instagram story. These allegations have never been proven, but many fans believe that this is absolutely something that Justin would do. Number 5. The Vanity Fair party. Justin left Hailey pretty high and dry on the red carpet at this Vanity Fair party and left his wife to pose alone, even though she was facing some pretty extreme backlash for the Selena drama. Not only that, but many celebrities kept getting in her shots, making it all look pretty uncomfortable. One TikTok user commented, "And even after all that, there was barely any flash." Another added, "The way the paparazzi was taking pictures of the people walking behind her instead of taking photos of her." Not only that, but reportedly when Justin did meet her at the party, he appeared to look tormented. An insider said Justin did not look well. He was hunched over and wearing a blanket, going on to claim that he looked tormented and just seemed to be acting weird. Could this be a sign of more things to come? Number 4. Not an easy marriage. Both Hailey and Justin have been open to the struggles of married life, but how bad has it really been? Justin shared in the past, "It's a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems, and it didn't." He also explained saying, "The first year of marriage was really tough. There was a lack of trust." Not only has Justin spoken about these things, but Hailey has gone into it a little bit as well. During an interview, she talked about the first year of married life and said, "In the beginning, especially for the first 6 or 7 months of being married, I was ridden with guilt. I wish I hadn't done this." She went on to say, "We all have shame and guilt for things we've done, but it doesn't have to define who we are, and it doesn't have to define me in my relationship." She also said this in regards to finding some struggles in being a good girl and goody two-shoes type in her relationship, later explaining how this is just not realistic for her. She even went on to say, "It's definitely hard sometimes. I think we both annoy each other a lot sometimes." Number 3. The mother-son relationship. A few fans on Twitter have begun accusing Justin and Hailey of having sort of a mother-son relationship when Hailey cares for Justin at times, kind of like a mother. The recent time that really got TikTok and Twitter users talking was when the clip emerged of Hailey comforting Justin at this year's Coachella. Though many thought this moment was pretty sweet, others were thinking that Justin was getting upset and just didn't want to be there. One fan speculated, "He doesn't want to be there. You can tell he has very bad anxiety being at places like this for too long." Another questioned about their relationship, saying, "They have a mother and son relationship. I feel so bad for Hailey. She deserves better." Another user commented, "It must be exhausting for her to take on his emotional needs so constantly." Number 2, we have Justin's music. Hailey and Justin got married in 2018, but it didn't stop fans fans from trying to connect him back to Selena. So when Justin released some new music in 2021, social media users began thinking that these songs were actually about his ex, especially the songs Ghost and Anyone. Ghost really caught the attention of fans though, as it seems it's about a longing for someone romantically that he is no longer with, aka Selena. One fan wrote, "Listen, I'm not a Jelena shipper, and I'm not even going to throw Selena into everything involving Justin, because at the end of the day, they're two separate people living two separate lives." But Ghost screams Selena. Another Twitter user added, "I want to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. You're telling me Justin didn't write Ghost about Selena, please." Though when asked about the song's inspiration, Justin denied that it was about Selena and said it's actually for the people who lost loved ones. There is a lot of people who have lost people from other things or just lost people general. Might not be from passing away, but have lost people that were in their life for a season and now that person isn't. Even with this explanation, fans continue to speculate that the ghost is actually Hailey, meaning since he can't be close to Selena, he'll have to settle for the ghost that is Hailey. And finally at number 1 we have Real Love. Social media users have begun wondering the past few years if this relationship is actually legitimate or not, with some speculating that he's just in it for the visa to become a dual citizen, and with others thinking that she's just a rebound. Is there something that we're missing here? In the past, a few people have come forward with allegations that this relationship could be more just physical rather than emotional. When Justin made an inappropriate comment about Hailey on social media, it left fans worrying. Hailey was applauding her husband's recent video and wrote, "My jaw, it's on the floor." To which he responded by saying, "Your jaw is in other places too, let's be honest." Hailey clearly hated this and wrote, "Oh my god, please go to sleep." Fans quickly began commenting on this conversation, and one wrote, "Justin makes a raunchy response to convince the world that he's happy. You know what they say about the couples that do this." Either way, bold move to write a comment like that when you're at that level of fame. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think about Justin and Hailey's marriage. Are they really in love, or could there be something else going on behind the scenes?
Number 10, ignoring Hailey. The model was posing in front of the cameras at the Vanity Fair party, but this year she was noticeably alone as Justin decided not to pose with her. While Hailey was walking the red carpet by herself, he was nowhere to be found. Instead, he was photographed inside the party looking a little disheveled but very comfortable. Justin was wearing a backwards baseball cap with a colorful blanket draped over his shoulders. It's possible that he couldn't be bothered with all the red carpet attire and wanted to go straight to the party. After all, he was wearing a literal blanket. But in the middle of her drama with Selena Gomez, that was probably not the best idea. It seemed like he was trying to distance himself from his wife and everything that she was going through at the time. Later on, he did post a photo of the two of them from inside the party on his Instagram, but he's never really shown any public support in the weeks that the feud went on. This was concerning to a lot of fans who supported Hailey because it seemed like not even her husband was coming to her defense. The fact that Justin simply didn't want to get involved said a lot about their relationship. Number 9, slamming the door. In 2020, Justin got a ton of flack from fans in a paparazzi video that went viral. Despite claims that he is a gentleman, his behavior around his wife has been far from chivalrous, and that only refers to what's actually been caught on camera. In a shocking clip, you can see the singer pulled up in a black chauffeured SUV. As he got out of the car, he looks visually annoyed as if he just had some kind of meltdown inside the car. Without looking back, he carelessly slammed the door in Hailey's face. She tragically followed him without any real pushback and even tried to point him in the right direction when she finally caught up to him. The only thing she said was, "Babe, I think this is the right way." Of course, a lot of people were sickened with the whole video because it really looked like a textbook toxic relationship. Seeing Hailey be automatically apologetic after Justin clearly embarrassed her in front of everyone was triggering for a lot of people. In the comments, one person wrote, "She needs to wake up. If a man treats you like that, he doesn't love you." Another person wrote, "If I was Hailey, I would get a divorce and move out of the country." So it seems like most people were encouraging her to break up with him. Number 8, dissing their marriage. In the midst of the drama, fans have continually brought up an interview of Justin talking about the downsides of his relationship. Apparently he struggled after realizing that his marriage to Hailey wouldn't instantly make him a better person. He said, "It is a journey. I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was going to fix all of my problems, and it didn't." He went on to say that he felt like a hypocrite because he wanted Hailey to do something that he wasn't doing for himself. Although Justin was obviously speaking from the heart here, many fans were mocking the video, saying that he only feels that way because he's with the wrong person. Shortly after they tied the knot, Hailey and Justin did an interview with Vogue where they talked about going to a marriage counselor. Hailey said, "The thing is, marriage is very hard. That is a sentence you should lead with. It's really effing hard," which is something that they both could agree on. Now that doesn't mean that they're immediately going to divorce, but some would say that it's not a great sign of the future of their relationship. relationship. Number 7. Running away from Hailey. In September of 2021, there was a shocking video posted on Twitter that showed Justin literally running away from paparazzi and leaving Hailey behind while she falls to the ground. In the clip, you can see him get out of the car with his skateboard and just take off without saying anything. At first, it looks like he's alone and just doing his own thing, but 1 second later, and Hailey literally falls out and looks flustered. She seems to be confused at the fact that she got left behind, and to make things so much worse, this all happened on a busy street and so many people watched it happen. She then sprints after him and obviously tries to catch up, but Justin is already out of sight. The whole thing must have been incredibly embarrassing for her, and that's exactly what the comments said. One person wrote, "I know this keeps her awake every night, and that's why you shouldn't chase men." However, fans were also a little more sympathetic to her situation, considering that a lot of people could relate to having a partner that just doesn't really care about them. One person said, "As much as we may not like her, no female deserves to be treated like this by their husband. She deserves better regardless." Number 6. Allegations of cheating. We all know Justin got together with Hailey very quickly after he ended things with Selena Gomez in June of 2018. So ever since then, cheating rumors have followed the couple. For her part, Hailey has adamantly denied this was the case and said that Selena and Justin weren't as serious as everyone thought they were when they got back together briefly in 2018. She said, "As a woman, I would never want to get into a relationship with someone and be engaged to them and be getting married to them and be thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder if that door was really closed. I know for a fact that the reason we were able to get back together was because it was very much completely closed." But for her part, Selena commented on a TikTok in a way that suggested that was not the whole truth. One of her fans posted a video saying, "Does anyone just ever feel really bad for Selena Gomez? Like, can you imagine going through a breakup so publicly with a guy that you were in love with for like 7 years and then like 2 months later he just marries someone?" In response, Selena wrote in the comments, "That made me cry. Thank you." So even though Hailey swears that there was no overlap whatsoever, the timeline has always been a little bit sketchy. Number 5. The Facebook Live. A video has recently resurfaced online of Hailey and Bieber on Facebook Live in May of 2020. In the clip, Hailey admitted to the constant comparisons that she gets to Selena Gomez, and she says that gets really overwhelming. Quote, "The ways that I feel like people have made comparisons and just put me in a position where they've really made me feel like less of a woman. It's not easy." And all this time, while Hailey's pouring her heart out on camera, Justin is not really being supportive. While she's talking, he keeps a poker face and just gazes blankly off the camera. Now that people are rewatching the video almost 3 years later, they're pretty shocked by his lack of response. In fact, his facial expressions are so vacant that some people even joke that he looked like a cardboard cutout or a green screen projection. Fans felt that his body language was a major red flag for their relationship. Someone in the comments suggested that he was being hypnotized just to sit there. Most people could agree that he genuinely looked like he would rather be anywhere else. So was this clip an indicator that their relationship is not that great behind the scenes? Or do you think everyone's just reading into this a little too much? Number 4. Screaming at Hailey. In July of 2021, the couple were in Las Vegas to celebrate Kendall Jenner's new tequila brand 818. As the night ended, a TikTok user by the name of Yanjeric23 posted a video of Justin and Hailey leaving the club with fans and bodyguards around them. In the video, they could be seen holding hands, but as they were walking down the halls of the hotel, Justin very clearly looked like he was yelling at her. That clip went viral on TikTok with more than 1.2 million views, and it drew concern from fans everywhere. From that point on, the comment section was filled with theories about why he was screaming at her, and so many people put it down to a sign of a toxic relationship. After all, who yells at their partner like that? Before it was deleted, fans seemed to turn on Justin for the way that he was treating Hailey, although some came to his defense and claimed that he wasn't yelling at her out of anger, but maybe it was out of excitement. Sadly though, that was far from the only video that came out about them showing him losing control of his temper. Number 3. Justin saying, "Don't touch me." Obviously, every relationship is different and every couple has different boundaries, but fans were still pretty shocked to see a video of Hailey making Justin physically uncomfortable. In the video, they're doing a live stream of some kind and he's sitting down casually while she's standing behind him with her arms crossed. He then tries to be affectionate and put her arms around him, which he instantly physically reacts to. Justin becomes annoyed and says, "Babe, I can't. Don't touch me right now." At first, Hailey seems confused and she can't really tell if he's being all that serious. She then keeps her arms there, but then he says, "Just in general, that just happens sometimes. I just need some space." So he was trying to be nice about it and communicate with her honestly, and in terms of body language, you can tell that he wasn't loving the way that he was being touched. A lot of people called Hailey out for disrespecting his boundaries and making him feel stressed, but of course there were also those fans who felt that this was a sign that he just doesn't like her anymore, because he keeps getting annoyed with every little thing that she does. Number 2. Argument on live. In a Facebook Live, Justin Justin and Hailey can be seen sitting on a couch answering questions about his Lyme disease diagnosis. At one point they get asked whether or not he's scared about the diagnosis, and even though the question was clearly directed at Justin, for some reason Hailey decides to answer instead. Midway through her response, he then cuts her off and says, "No, she was asking me." What follows is a long, awkward silence, which eventually breaks into a laugh. He then says, "They're asking me because it's my Lyme disease, it's not your Lyme disease." In response, Hailey says that she's the one who's been going to all his doctor's appointments with him, but then Justin cuts her off one more time and says, "Listen here, woman," and that is obviously one of the worst things he could have said to her. After that, they decided to end the live stream, but not before Hailey made a sarcastic comment about his attitude. At this point, it's pretty obvious that there was a lot of tension between them, which might have been exacerbated by Justin's health condition, because at the time he also had a serious case of mono, which he says was affecting his skin, his brain function, and also his energy. And coming in at number 1, how they met. In 2020, Justin sat down with Demi Lovato on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and he talked about how he met his wife. He said, "I think because she was raised Christian and they found out that, I think it was an arranged marriage. I'm pretty sure looking back now, it was definitely an arranged marriage. They set this whole thing up." He explains that since Hailey was raised Christian, her dad Stephen Baldwin decided to introduce them because he thought that they would have similar values and believe the same thing. He says, "It was definitely an arranged marriage now that I'm thinking about it." Even though Demi kind of laughed off the idea, Justin just kept on repeating how he thought it was arranged. Of course he was joking, but at the same time, fans took this interview as proof that he was being serious. In fact, there's now been a ton of videos posted where people try to use this to explain how their marriage was a setup and Justin was somehow tricked. Their first meeting was all the way back in 2009 and it was actually captured on camera. So judging from that footage, we'd get a better idea of whether or not it looked like a setup. To celebrate the launch of her new strawberry glaze lip treatment in collaboration with Krispy Kreme, Hailey Bieber threw an extravagant soiree in New York City on Monday. She took to social media to commemorate this special day and posted photos from the event and a video of her eating a donut while driving. In the caption, she wrote, "Strawberry Glaze Day. Feeling over the moon today, thank you, thank you, thank you." She wore a red mini dress and matching heels and was also carrying a red handbag and wearing her hair up in a very fancy do. Justin, on the other hand, was seen with a more casual look. Very casual. He was wearing a grey hoodie, sweatshorts, and Crocs, so the outfits were clearly clashing. It's no wonder that the internet had some major thoughts. One person commented that Justin deliberately dresses like this to embarrass Hailey. They wrote, "She's ready for the Met Gala and he's ready to go to the soup kitchen for a hot meal. I would have left him in the car." Another person wrote, "Their stylists don't even have each other's phone numbers." On the other hand, some people were saying that Justin's outfit was fine and Hailey was the one who was overdressed just to go to Krispy Kreme. The two of them are often spotted in mismatched looks. While Hailey is usually more polished and chic, Justin likes to keep things a little too casual. A lot of people don't really understand it, but to explain his bizarre fashion choices, we have to go back to 2018, which is when the scumbro trend really took off. Scumbros wear oversized, overpriced skatewear by labels like Palace and Supreme, obscure graphic t-shirts, ridiculous shoes, and even more ridiculous hats. They also wear wildly expensive labels like Gucci, Versace, and Prada, but they deliberately make them look terrible. And plenty of young male celebrities are really into this. According to Vanity Fair, Jonah Hill is said to be the king of the scumbros, and he still has pretty good taste in fashion. But the celebrity who took the scumbro trend to the mainstream was actually Pete Davidson. For the first few years of his comedy career, he was just known as the kid from SNL. But when he got with Ariana Grande, he really found himself on top of the pinnacle of the celebrity pyramid. And his fashion also took center stage. For men, when it comes to fashion, looking like you don't care has always been essential to looking cool. So what's really interesting about scumbro style is that it is supposed to look like it takes no effort while emphasizing how much effort it actually takes. It's both snobby and ugly at the same time, which makes it the ultimate young male celebrities fashion trend. Justin and Hailey have been showing off their very different styles this summer, and in July they stepped out for a date night in New York City at an Italian restaurant, with Hailey rocking a floral satin mini dress with a thigh-high slit and an asymmetrical neckline. Justin meanwhile opted for a more laid-back look with baggy blue jeans, orange Vans sneakers, a white tank top, and an oversized olive green zip-up. A few months ago they were also seen on a date night to a sushi park in LA. They were spotted on the second floor of a West Hollywood strip mall. Hailey was wearing a black leather jacket, baggy white trousers, and a Koosh ball-esque knit beanie. It was a cute outfit, but nothing that would make you do a double take. And then there was Justin, whose body was wrapped in a big rainbow knit crochet blanket, which made it look like he was attempting another one of his intentionally terrible celebrity disguises. Everyone remembers that wig moment in Tokyo, right? Although the photos are hilarious, they aren't that surprising considering that that Justin has been labeled as one of the biggest stunt dressers in Hollywood. Having spent over half his life in the spotlight for better and for worse, he's turned his outfits into a steady source of media attention, like that time he pulled up to the Oscars in a giant suit and a hot pink beanie, or he wore a fur coat in the dead of summer. Then there was the Vanity Fair party, which took place after the Oscars. This year, Justin decided not to pose with Hailey while she was walking the red carpet by herself, and he was nowhere to be found. Instead, he was photographed inside the party, looking a little disheveled but very comfortable. He was wearing a backwards baseball cap with a colorful blanket draped over his shoulders. It's possible that he couldn't be bothered with the red carpet attire and just wanted to go straight to the party. After all, he was wearing a literal blanket. Some people took this as a sign that he was avoiding Hailey or trying to embarrass her once again. But to be fair, he did post a photo of the two of them from inside the party on his Instagram. And besides, no one really knows what goes on inside a relationship other than the people in it.